Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, what is a transitive verb? Well, a transitive verb is an action verb which has a direct object, so someone who receives the action that happens. Let's take, for example, the bee stung Lola on the arm, and Romeo wants a smile from Juliet. The bee stung Lola. The action verb is stung, and Lola is the direct object. She unfortunately receives this action and she is hurt, we learn, on the arm. With the second example, Romeo wants a smile from Juliet. He wants a smile from Juliet. So in this instance, the action is the desire to see a smile. The wanting is the action. And the direct object is actually Juliet. So just recapping, a direct object is someone or something that receives the action of the verb. Now it's your turn. Spot the verb in the sentences below and identify if it's transitive or not. Remember, if it's transitive, it's an action verb, so something is happening, but more specifically, there is a direct object, so someone or something receives the action of the sentence. Hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how did you get on? What did you find? Michelangelo painted the walls. Painted is a transitive verb. That's the action that Michelangelo was painting. And the direct object in this sentence are the walls. In the second example, Carol wrote a love poem on her computer. So she wrote, that's the action of the sentence. She wrote it on her computer, but the computer is not the direct object. The direct object, the thing that receives the action specifically, is the product, which is the poem itself. Terry kicked the ball. Kicked is obviously an action verb, but the direct object is the ball. And finally, Cheryl sneezed aggressively. Now in this sentence, there is no information of the direct object affected by Cheryl sneezing. So unfortunately, the verb sneezed cannot be a transitive verb in this sentence. Now it's your turn. For each of the 5 sentences, I'd like you to identify if there is a transitive verb, and if possible, can you identify the direct object? Hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how did you get on? We arrived at the classroom on time. So, this is not transitive as there is no direct object involved. There is, however, the verb arrived. So no, it's not transitive. He punched the wall. Punched is an action verb and it's transitive. We know the direct object is indeed the wall. They sang to Eva on her birthday. The singing is the action of the sentence. It's a transitive verb, and we know that the recipient, the person who receives this singing, was Eva on her birthday. So yes, this sentence did contain a transitive verb. If somebody says, "You sit down, my dear," they're instructing you to sit down, but there's no direct object. My dear, it doesn't directly receive anything when they tell you what to do until you have done it. So it's not transitive. There's no direct object in that sentence. So no. And finally, we complained to the nurse. Complaining is an action. You're speaking up about something you're not happy with. So that's a transitive verb. And unfortunately, the direct object of those complaints was the nurse. So indeed, that sentence did have a transitive verb. So remember, a transitive verb is a verb that shows the action of the sentence, but action that has a direct recipient, a direct object, someone who is impacted by that action. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?